offered them to us. They even said, like, come get your stuff. Like, we're last. Well, I heard they're just ridiculous.
They are. I told Kevin, I was like, and I'm not usually like this. I am a little bit like this. I was like, until you guys have worked out the mic thing, I'm not turning in my computer. I need my mic for 2 months. Like,
well, that's just it. Like, Scott, someone has a new computer, and they were like in a meeting, and they were, Abby Cohen, maybe someone, and they were like in and out, and I'm like, this is not good. And
Carla, Kia got hers, everybody, and I literally
so
was like, I'm so
frustrating.
glad I'm not doing it. So they can be mad at me. I know they will be.
You're fine.
Not going.
No.
Right, so
Thank you, dear. I'm so appreciative. It seems like everything went really smooth.
Next year we need.
Oh, I was going to tell you to have them keep their markers.
Oh,
you didn't have to collect them. That's okay.
So if they wanted to keep the marker, they could. If they wanted to.
In case they want to use it, yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I think we're good. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I really can work on getting They need more. We need more.
I just think we need to realize what it is for everyone and then what it might be like for other pockets of people. And I agree.
I agree. All right, John, ready to? Okay, everyone, we're going to have a seat and we're going to finish up our morning. So if you could find your spot, I am going to go over the mentor program with you a little bit, and then Dr. Moyer is going to introduce John Quigley, who is the president of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So after that, I do have some more logistics for the afternoon to let you know what buildings are available to go to and what are not. So let's go over this a little bit. Ooh. Okay, I was holding the mic too close. So the goals of the mentor program are several things. We want to provide a system for induction that provides an effective transition into teaching for first and second year teachers. I know a lot of you have already taught, right? But we still know that you're new to our district and you're going to have to learn the ins and outs of D205. So that's why we still want to have a supportive program for you and still have a mentor for the first 2 years that you're in the district. We are changing things yearly just as we learn and get feedback from our proteges and our mentors about the program. So each year it's a little bit better and a little bit more supportive. We also want to make sure that we're developing a trusting relationship between the mentor and the protege. Just like Carla said earlier, or the coaches in the other rooms, that they are not instructional coaches are not evaluators. Mentors are not evaluators. The only ones that are evaluating you are administrators. And we take that very seriously. We want you to be able to talk to your mentor. We want you to be able to confide in them, to have an opportunity to really share with them your concerns, your struggles, so that they can support you in the right way. We want to ensure the success of our new educators and also be able to retain beginning teachers. We know that there's that roller coaster of emotions that first year, even that second year. This is my 23rd year and I still have that roller coaster, right? So if you don't have good support systems, a lot of times new teachers get overwhelmed, they lack the confidence, they don't think they can do it, and they decide this wasn't for me. And so we want to provide a supportive environment so that you feel confident in what you're doing, and you know that your struggles are the struggles of every teacher the first couple of years. You know that you have a support system to go to. And so our mentor program is one of the primary goals, is to make sure that those teachers, that this is your life's work, This is what you've chosen, and we want to support you in that. So we will go over more of this too in a lot more depth in one of our professional learning meetings, but these are kind of the mentor program requirements. You are going to meet with your mentee, your mentor, a minimum of an hour a week, okay? So this time should be outside of your PLC. It could be before school, after school, during your lunch, but we want it to be separate from those PLC conversations you might have, because we want it to really be a reflective time, a time to ask those questions about conferences or a parent situation, or how do I do this or how do I do that. So this should be outside of that normal time that you would meet with a team. We have monthly professional learning. Those are typically on Wednesdays, the first Wednesday. Once we're all settled, I will send out invites to everybody once everybody has their email and all of that. Those are typically held at the district office. I bring in directors and other professionals in our district that have expertise in certain areas. We usually do, you know, how Luke kind of went over some of the evaluation pieces. We usually have a whole session on that, so you're able to digest it. Today was just an overview. We have our special education directors come in and talk a little bit about that. So we try to give you some professional learning that is really applicable to what you're doing. Your mentors attend these sessions as well, because there's always new things they can learn. And then that way that you have conversational pieces to talk about when you meet to reflect. There are 4 reflections over the course of the year. So you will fill out a reflection, and then your mentor will respond to the reflection. I send those reflections out. There is a specific prompt for you to think about. You write out your reflection, the mentor responds to the reflection in writing, and maybe you have a conversation in a meeting, and then you submit it to me. That's 4 times over the course of the year. You have 3 observations that are done by your mentor. Again, not evaluative. We want you to have a focus. So let's say you have your first one, I think is like September, October, where they come in. Pick a focus. Is it classroom management? Is it, you know, some type of piece of workshop that you want support on? Have a focus point for them to come in and view, and then they can give you feedback on it. There's 3 of those. But then we also want you to be able to go into their classroom to see how they teach, to see how they work with students, to see the different instructional strategies that they use and how it can be helpful to you. We do have opportunities for subs. So once we talk more in depth together with your mentors, but you can request a sub for like a half day. Sometimes buildings have permanent subs, and so we can say to the principal, hey, can you use this permanent sub for this situation? Now I know we're in a very different situation than we typically would be. So as we get through the first couple weeks of school, we will adapt and adjust, but I still want you guys to have that support. So if that means that teacher sits in on a Zoom meeting or whatever it is, I want you to still be able to get that feedback that you need in order to feel successful. We are going to use Google Classroom as our tool. So all of your mentors are already in the Google Classroom. I will put you guys in at the end of the week. In the Google Classroom, you will get announcements from me. You will get your reflection pages, the observation, any of the assignments. That'll all be in a Google Classroom for Mentor Year 1, okay? Leslie Davison, you may have already heard of her. Leslie Davison is the administrative assistant. She's phenomenal. She's the one that's been running around here today too. She's there to help as well. She does a lot of the pieces with Google Classroom. So between the 2 Leslies, as we like to refer to ourselves, you'll get the answers you need. So always feel free to ask either one of us questions. So as a new educator, I wanted you to know that you have a variety of levels of support. So you have your building principal. You're going to meet with them on Friday for a little bit in the morning. They're going to go over some of the logistics, right? They're going to talk to you about maybe what some buildings, here's an example. Some buildings refer to their building leadership team as BLT. Some refer to them as ILT. Some refer to them as SLT. So you'll get to know kind of what are the leadership teams in the building. What are the things that we do specific to your building? So if it's something building specific, you know, you have your principal. Then you have your mentor. That's that person that you can confide in That's that person that you're going to ask about a parent or a situation that you need support in. There's also your instructional coaches. You saw what their support systems are like. They are a phenomenal asset to our learning in District 205 and our support for our teachers. As Carla and Kate and Matt said, they are here to help support those pieces that you need. They will come in and model things. They will work through plans with you. They will do all the things that you need, and they are so willing, and they make their schedules work. You know, they might have 10 people come to them. They will figure it out. They are an amazing group of people, which is why they're in the roles that they're in. Then you have your PLC or your team members. Those are the ones that you're going to meet really frequently with. And so here's one of the pieces. Sometimes you run into difficulties within a PLC or a team sometimes, right? And being the new person on the team, sometimes you don't feel comfortable speaking up or, you know, just getting your foot in the door. So that's the conversation you have to have with your mentor. Hey, you know this group a little bit better. What's a good way to go about getting more comfortable, getting some feedback, being able to, you know, instill some of my values, instill some of my thoughts into this team. So you need to kind of reach out. And then there's me. I am a phone call and email away. Yes, I am at the administrative center, but my passion is to make sure that you guys feel supported throughout this journey. And it is a journey, it's an adventure. It's even more of an adventure this year than it has been in many years. And so I feel like I'm right there with you, keeping my head above water. And that's basically what life will be like the next few weeks. But know that you have a variety of systems of support. And that's the biggest piece that I'd like you to walk away with today. Our first professional learning session will probably be in October, that first week in October. That's a great time for us to meet because we'll go over some logistics, but we'll also go over things like goal setting and stuff like that that you'll do with your mentor then following up after that PL meeting. So just hang tight. I told you guys a little bit earlier, some of you have a mentor, some of you that are still getting onboarded with HR, it may take a couple days, but I will work tonight too to see who's done and good to go, and then I will align you with your mentor. I do know that some of the mentors are not in your building, and I know that the logistics of that can sometimes be kind of crazy. So if you're struggling with the logistics and struggling how to figure that out, just let me know. I'm more than happy to help. I'm more than happy to come in a classroom and teach if you need me to, so that you could go observe your mentor. Okay? That would make me very happy to be with kids and to be in a classroom again. So this is a great video, and I watched it a couple times and thought I really understood what it meant. And then I watched it like the third time, and it finally clicked what it was about. So this is a group of teachers that have been teaching for a while, and they are writing a letter to themselves as if they were writing to them on their first day. And so they're reflecting on what they've learned and giving themselves as a first year teacher advice from what they've learned from being a teacher. So it took me a while, but I wanted to share this video with you.
Feel the pressure.
Dear Lila.
Dear Joey.
Dear first year me.
Hola.
Hey kid. Remember when Dad said that the first 6 months of anything is the hardest? Well, that is completely true here.
Everything is going to be okay. Things may seem tough right now, and at times you may feel like you want to give up, but please don't.
Just know that you'll make a great teacher.
You are probably wondering why in the world did I ever get into this profession?
Just take a deep breath. I know that everything feels overwhelming, terrifying even, but you're gonna make it through this.
Those kids in front of you, they want to learn. They need to know. Try every crazy thing you think of. In the end, those are the things that they'll remember.
Your students need you there in front of the class, and they truly appreciate all that you do for them, even if they don't show it all of the time.
You'll have trouble the first day of school with a student throwing a book at you. It'll miss, but don't worry. That student will come back 5 years later, introduce you to his new family, and thank you for having his back all the time, even after that first day.
When a kid says your class is boring, don't take it personally. It happens to everyone.
Holding your kids accountable is the greatest act of love you can give them.
Teaching is never an exact science, and it's okay to struggle to find the answers.
This is one of the most important lessons to learn as a teacher. You will fail, you will make mistakes, and you will embarrass yourself. When you do, accept it with grace and humility.
And don't be afraid to ask for or admit you need help.
You will also learn that you never stop learning to become the teacher you wanted to be on day one. I want you to know that what you expected to happen on the first day of school won't happen until maybe the 3rd, 4th, or even 18th year of your teaching.
Lives and futures depend on you. It's scary and exhilarating.
And you will know that this is exactly where you need to be.
No matter what you might think, you are doing a good job. Through it all, the good and the bad, just trust yourself.
It's gonna be okay, and 7 years later, you're still gonna love coming to work every day.
So keep up the great work, seek help from those around you, and just know that the work of a teacher is of the greatest importance. Your future self.
Just a sense of knowing that everyone is in the same boat here, whether you've been teaching for, this is your first year walking into a new building, a new classroom, a district, this is your first time switching districts because you were in another district and you decided to venture somewhere else. If you've been teaching for 10 years or 15 years and you needed a change, everyone here is willing and wants to support you in your journey. You have a variety of resources, and we want to make sure that you feel supported in this adventure. It is an adventure. It's an adventure for all of us as we start this new year. And like I said, never hesitate to shoot me an email, to give me a call, to reach out to a building principal, your mentor. You have a huge support system, and it does go a long way in your journey. And as you go through those roller coaster of emotions this year, you always will have someone to have your back, to be there for support. And through the various months that we meet as a whole group, you'll be able to share your experiences. You'll be able to realize and talk to these people sitting here that you'll see the next 3 days. You'll see them every month and be able to say, hey, how's it going? These are the people that you're going to build relationships with too over the course of the year. So I also encourage you at some point this week to kind of try to build yourselves a system of new teachers that you can text and keep in touch with over this time to say, hey, how's it going? What are you doing? At least try to find 1 or 2 people in these sessions the next couple weeks to connect with that maybe aren't even at your building, that are maybe just in the district, to make that connection. If you have any questions, let me know. And like I said, give me another day or so, and some of you will be partnered up, if you haven't been, with your mentor, and they are super excited. Some of them have already reached out. They are excited, and they love being in this leadership role, and it is a leadership role. And so we do have amazing teachers that are willing to do the work to make you have a successful year. Okay? I'm just going to wait for Dr. Moyer. He's going to come in a couple seconds because he's going to introduce John, who is here. So Dr. Moyer wanted to introduce you, so we're going to give him a second to come on over.
He's outside making a phone call.
Okay.
I'll go run and see if he's still there. Yeah, I know.
So while we're waiting for Dr. Moyer and John, a couple end of the day pieces that I said I would fill you in on. So if you are at the high school level, after the chamber, John talks and Dr. Moyer talks, Adam said before you go to lunch, stop into the assistant principal's office, which is actually on the first floor. If you come back down, I know those guys are upstairs. If you come back downstairs, you'll see the office that says AP, or just start walking back to the York Commons and I can help you, but Adam will give you your keys. An HR note, Dana Sarnecki, even though the administration office doesn't have power, if you have forms to drop off today, she will be there. So she will be at the front door, she will take whatever you have, she wants to get you onboarded and get you all set. So Dana's gonna hang out at the district office for an hour or two, so after you're dismissed, if you wanna run over there, if you have paperwork, she's willing to take it. The other piece is that there are several buildings with no power still. Because they do not have power, you don't have access to the buildings. The principals aren't there, the secretaries aren't there. If you are someone who is at Jackson or Bryan, those two buildings are open and available and the principals are looking forward to seeing you and giving you your key and things like that. So I will connect with the principals tonight because you'll end up going to your schools tomorrow after our session, after your lunch, and Max, the union president, gives his speech to you. So don't panic, but I wanted to let you know that those are the only two schools right now that are open besides York to be able to go in and work and get your stuff put in. So just giving you that heads up. All right. Hi, Dr. Moyer. All right. So again, welcome, Dr. Moyer. He's going to talk a little bit about the Elmhurst Chamber and introduce John for us.
All right. Good morning again. And I always appreciate this opportunity as a part of our new teacher induction to introduce John Quigley, who's the executive director of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce. And he's been doing that for quite a while. It's one of the most thriving chambers in the area, if not the state. And the thing about the chamber is that you typically associate the chamber with business. Our chamber associates itself with the community. And they have supported our schools for years, not just this event, but they went on record and probably were one of the main reasons that we got the community support we did when we passed our recent referendum with 62% support. They endorsed it hard, and they've been a great friend of ours for a long time. So with that, I'll just introduce John Quigley, and I'm sure you'll get a kick out of him. Everybody else does.
Oh, thank you for that lukewarm round of applause. All right, first thing I do is I typically do a selfie at our events. So Dave and I and everybody in the background wants to wave in. Come down a little, Dave. One more. Perfect, thank you. So as Dave mentioned, I'm John Quigley, born, raised, educated, worked most of my life here in Elmhurst. Been running the Chamber of Commerce for 20 years. Been involved in it for 30 years. We love Elmhurst because we have one of the best public school systems in the country here. Plus we have great private and parochial schools. Elmhurst residents value education. So know you're coming to a community that appreciates what you do for their children. We've got two videos we're going to show merely because I didn't do really well on the first. So we did a Zoom greeting, and then I put a video in it, and the volume didn't show up for that. The audio didn't show up. So we're going to see some of the original, go to the second, and come back to the Zoom. When you leave today, we have new teacher goodie bags waiting for you, filled with all kinds of great items, including some gift certificates for City Center, so you can go down there and spend some money. Can't do it today because they're out of power. But you'll find plenty of time to do it because as most teachers, you spend more time in the community in which you teach than the community you live. I always ask this question at our normal New Teachers Luncheon. This would be our 30th anniversary of it. First, I ask, how many of you are District 205 grads? There you go. Welcome back, and thank you for coming back. How many of you are now Elmhurst University grads? Very good. You know the alma mater? School we love, Elmhurst, live for. No? All right. I'm the only one that knows that. Maestro, if you would kick us off with our Zoom welcome. Oh.
You're good.
You're going to see, it's going to be a little disjointed, but we'll be fine.
Hello, I'm John Quigley, President and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and we'd like to welcome all the new teachers to Elmhurst Community Unit School District 205. This is our 30th annual New Teachers Luncheon, although not quite the way we're used to doing it. Typically, we'd have a sponsor for each of you teachers. They'd treat you to lunch, they'd interview you, and they'd introduce you to all the rest of the teachers and community as part of a big event at the banquet hall. Given what we're dealing with phase 4 of the Restore Illinois plan, limiting our gatherings, we still wanted to do something to greet you. And so we've got a number of members who want to say hi to you and welcome you to the community today. In addition, we're going to show you a little video. And at the end, I'll tell you what other goodies you're going to be receiving from us. So on behalf of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry, welcome to Elmhurst. And we'd like our members to take it away.
Thanks, John. Jim Grabowski, City Manager. And on behalf of Mayor Morley and the City Council, I want to welcome you to the City of Elmhurst. It's a very important role that you play in educating our children. We take education in this community very seriously, and we support it very seriously. And I wish you luck. We look forward to seeing you and meeting you into the future. And I'll pass it on from there.
Welcome to Elmhurst. You're going to love it here. I'm Ken Bartels, Senior Vice President and Director of the Community Bank of Elmhurst, Elmhurst Original Community Bank. We've got 2 locations. Please contact us. Again, welcome. You're going to love it here.
Welcome to Elmhurst Schools. I am Mike Baker with the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation. I also am speaking on behalf of Dave Oberg, the Executive Director of the Elmhurst History Museum. The Elmhurst Heritage Foundation supports the Elmhurst History Museum by raising funds for educational programs and exhibits in the museum. When possible, we underwrite school field trips and visits to the Churchville one-room schoolhouse. If you'd like to know more about the history of Elmhurst, be sure to stop by and see the By All Accounts exhibits, which was funded by generous foundation donors. Thank you for your willingness to educate our children, and best wishes for what promises to be a very interesting year. Dave Oberg wants to remind you that the museum serves as a resource for area teachers, that they offer an award-winning exhibit about Elmhurst history, stage 3 to 5 exhibits each year, and provide outreach programs and online programs. In fact, they've had over 70,000 people tune into their online offerings since COVID-19 began. Built in 1850, the one-room schoolhouse has been lovingly restored with help from the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation and is on the National Register of Historic Places. We use the schoolhouse to whisk students and teachers back in time and to experience what school was like more than a century ago. Best of luck to all of you.
Hello to District 205's newest educators. My name is Desiree Chen. I'm Senior Director of Communications and External Relations at Elmhurst University. I'm also a 22-year resident of Elmhurst, and my 2 kids are proud products of District 205 schools. Elmhurst University is a leading 4-year higher education institution that blends liberal learning and professional preparation to help students reach their full potential. Founded in 1871, Elmhurst now offers more than 70 undergraduate programs of study, more than 20 graduate and certificate programs in flexible formats, and the Elmhurst University Learning and Success Academy for young adults with differing abilities. If you're ever interested in professional development or continuing your education, Elmhurst offers highly regarded master's degree programs in early childhood education, early childhood special education, teacher leadership, endorsement options, and graduate certificates in human geography for AP. So maybe we'll see you on our campus soon. In the meantime, on behalf of Elmhurst University, welcome again to our community. I hope you enjoy working with Elmhurst's children, and I wish you a successful and rewarding school year.
Welcome, new District 205 educators. My name is Nancy Peterson. I'm the Community Outreach Chair for the Elmhurst Yorkfield Food Pantry. We've been serving our hungry neighbors since 1983 in Elmhurst and surrounding communities. As the new school year begins, whether virtually or in person, you will find more students in your classrooms whose families are struggling to put healthy food on the table. This pandemic has taken its toll, and at the food pantry, we have had over 3,700 food distributions in the first half of 2020, an increase of 42% over last year at the same period. We've also had 359 new client registrations. That's 3 times over the first half of last year. As educators, we are entrusting to you our most precious commodity, our children. Please see the brochure, included in your goodie bag on how you can connect families who are food insecure to place healthy food on the table so that students are ready to learn, as well as ways that you can help us end hunger in our neighborhoods. Good luck as you begin your new journey.
Yep.
Hello, new teachers. I'm Reverend Yin Young Ko, who is serving at Faith Evangelical United Methodist Church. I was appointed to this Faith Evangelical United Methodist Church last July. It's been a year, but I'm still new to this town of Elmhurst. But our church has been a congregation in Elmhurst since 1911, and our church love our God and our community. So we would like to continue to reach out to our community because our mission statement is to create connection through extending Christ's love. And I hope and pray that God give all teachers, including new teachers, great wisdom, courage, and peace in this time of hardship caused by COVID-19 and other circumstances. Best wishes to you all.
Diane? Well, I think we lost Diane Kilcommons. If that's the case, Julie, go ahead. Oh, there's Diane. Diane, you're on mute.
Press Control A or Alt A.
I unmuted her. Go ahead, Diane.
Welcome to District 205 in Elmhurst. My name is Diane Kilcommons. I'm the owner of the Huntington Learning Center. We help every child become a better version of themselves academically. Welcome, welcome. You'll love this community. Huntington helps every child who comes here. We have a special service now called Study Hall. We give students a structured environment where they can learn and be safe and do the best things that they can in the classroom and perform well. So Huntington of Elmhurst welcomes you.
Hello, I am Office Manager and Paralegal Julie Miller from IRS Trouble Solvers, where we permanently solve your business and individuals' troubles with the IRS. We are also very proud step-parents of I am a very proud step-parent of 3 District 205 graduates, and we welcome all new teachers to Elmhurst School District 205.
And I'm Denise from Prairie Path Foot and Ankle Clinic. We're located right here in Elmhurst, and all of our physicians are also moms, so we understand the demands of teaching kids and what that demand puts on teachers. We're here to help when your job says stay on your feet, but your feet say take a seat. So call us for an appointment. Our card and an exclusive offer for our teachers is in your goodie bags.
Our Chamber of Commerce was founded in 1918, and we celebrated our centennial celebration just a little more than a year ago, and we wanted to share with you a short video about our organization.
I'm John Quigley, President and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. For 100 years and counting, we've promoted an environment that creates success for local businesses and our community. Nearly 600 members strong, we are the voice of business in Elmhurst at all levels of government and a liaison to our residents, consumers, and tourists.
Since 1982, 1981, 1993, 1948.
Since 1955,
1892, 1991.
Since 1986, 1871. We're here to help our customers' lives go right. We put our customers and community first. And innovation and relocation for 2 generations. Serving our community more than just great meals.
We create innovation in glass and metals.
We permanently solve your IRS problems.
4 generations of family dedication, forever invested in you.
We keep families rolling safely down the road.
For generations, we've helped students reach their full potential.
4 generations of serving the best Bohemian cuisine.
Make that 5.
So make today the day that you become a valued addition to our award-winning chamber, whether as a new member or via reactivation. Contact our office by phone at 630-834-6060 or email info@elmhurstchamber.org to learn about what's in it for you. Be a part of our next 100 years.
And there we go. Get to Golden Pheasant.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sam Carey, and today I'm going to be presenting.
And waiting for mom, dad, grandma, grandpa to get Max back open during this COVID crisis. But there are many bars and restaurants who are serving all our residents, and many people from outside our community are coming into town. As new teachers, you will spend a great deal of time in Elmhurst, whether you live here or not. And we encourage you to get as involved in this community as you possibly can. There's great businesses out there, and they support the schools, not just the public schools, but we also have great private institutions in Elmhurst. It's a great community for education. It values it. Our Chamber of Commerce has endorsed school referendums that were instrumental in helping District 205 improve schools, rebuild York High School, rebuild 2 schools now that are in the process of rebuilding, and do renovation projects at every school in the public school system. And so we are deeply invested in education in this community. In fact, thanks to Elmhurst University, my alma mater, you can get every bit of great education in this community as possible. As I tell all the new teachers, we entrust the education of our children to you. We trust that you take that seriously and understand the commitment we have made so that you have the best possible opportunity to teach our children and advance them on to Elmhurst University or wherever they may choose to go to continue their education. Many of the people you see now and many more have donated numerous items to goodie bags that you will be receiving in advance of your luncheon as part of your August 11 orientation. Huntington Learning Center has done individual bags for each of you. And sorry about that. And we have put together what's normally our new resident greeter tote bag for all of you. That's filled with all kinds of goodies and giveaways. And we hope you enjoy it and enjoy your time here in Elmhurst. Welcome to the Elmhurst community. Everybody say bye and hi and bye.
Bye.
Welcome.
Thank you all, and we'll see you at the next chamber event.
Thank you so much.
So before Leslie gives you any kind of final instructions, this will be my last opportunity to visit with you today. And welcome. Thanks to Leslie and her people for the work that they have done to put together these 3 days for you. Thanks again to the Chamber. And you are sitting here, this is part of the outcome of the 2000 referendum, in which York was renovated and expanded. And this is part of the original building, part of the facade of the original building. And we love this room. Typically, we have this in the district office, which isn't anywhere near as nice, by the way. But a lot of the elementary teachers here may not have had a chance to visit in this building for a while. So you get to experience a little bit of our high school, which the community is very proud of. So go on, have a great day. Thank you so much, and I'll turn it back to Leslie.
Thank you. There was a little tech issue, so it cut off a little bit. But thank you again. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your professionalism today. I hope that this morning wasn't too overwhelming for you, but enough information to kind of get you to have a really good feel about how passionate we are in D205 of making sure that our students are successful and that they leave here college career and life ready, and that all of the work that everyone does in this learning community is in the best interest of our students. And the current situation makes it a little bit more tricky, but we're all here to support you as educators and our students as learners, and actually we're all learners right now in this current situation. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you are at the high school level, if you want to come down, because they are upstairs, come grab your goodie bags from the chamber. They're over here by the entrance where you came in this morning, and then meet Drew and Adam are in the AP office to pass out keys and things like that. The rest of you can also pack up your things for the day, and then grab your goodie bags as well and have a good lunch. Like I said, Jackson and Brian staff, they are ready and waiting. They have power, they have secretaries, they have everything you need to get you in the rooms. The other buildings are still loss of power and things like that, so we're asking that if you need anything, let me know. You can go ahead and go kind of either, work at home, see what you need. If you need a device or something like that, keep checking your regular email so that you know when it's ready and available. I will work with RJ to make sure that everybody has hopefully what they need in the next day. Tomorrow's a great day of learning with our coaches. They are all going to do some wonderful things. We're going to meet back here at 8 o'clock. I will do an opening and go over logistics for the day, just as a reminder as to what we're doing and kind of what the learning looks like. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you. It was so great meeting all of you, and I look forward to building a relationship with you this year. See you tomorrow.